The Mad King believes that all elite wrestling is still growing, but from my eyes, the only thing growing in AEW is Eddie Kingston's belt line. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and I think Eddie Kingston is getting his own gut confused with AEW, because AEW is certainly not growing. It hasn't grown in a long time. It's actually going backwards. It's devolving. It's getting worse. It's on the decline, and it is declining rapidly. It's been stale for a long time, and now it is going backwards, but not according to Eddie Kingston. He did an interview with WrestlingNews.co. He thinks that AEW is doing great. He thinks it's improving. He thinks it's growing, and he also thinks that if you're not watching the show, then that's your fucking problem, which is a weird take for Eddie Kingston. This was a guy that about a month ago came out and says he doesn't care whether you watch or not, and now this week he's claiming that you should be watching, but if you're not watching, then that's your fault, not his. Don't quite know how he's came up with that kind of logic, but whatever, let's run with it. So Eddie Kingston said the following to WrestlingNews.co regarding the state of AEW in 2024. Quote, "I still see it growing. I know a lot of people said, oh, AEW fell off, or whatever. They say on the internet, look, as long as I'm around, AEW is not falling off. We'll be alright. As long as I'm able to wrestle, and certain guys like Mox and other guys are still wrestling, AEW ain't going nowhere, and it's not going down nowhere." End of quote. So, Eddie Kingston thinks that as long as he gets in the ring and fucking wrestles a sloppy ass match, that AEW is going to be fine, that AEW is going to be good. Him and Mox, two guys that look like they belong in, like, I don't know, California, two fucking junkies that should be walking the streets of LA. San Francisco. LA. Any sort of shite. Portland. Democratic run state. These two bums look like they could be at the side of the road injecting God knows what. They're certainly not injecting ratings into AEW. That's one thing they're not
injecting hee-haw into AEW. I mean, this is a mental illness. That's what it is. This fucking guy believes that. No one cares. The guy's near enough title matches every week. He's against guys like Okada, who's on more money than the fucking Rock, and he can't do anything.
But this guy thinks the key to AEW growing and AEW being alright is sticking him in a ring.
Oh, not a chance. Eddie Kingston, look at the fucking size of his beer belly, man.
He also went on to say, quote, "I remember hearing someone say, oh, we're back. AEW is back. After scumbag Okada debuted it, I was just like, I didn't go anywhere. No one went anywhere. There's no I'm back. We've been here, and it's not our fault you weren't watching. We're busting our asses out there every day to put out great matches and great professional wrestling. So just because you guys went away doesn't mean that we're back. We've been here. So no, I just see AEW growing and continuing to grow. And as long as I'm alive and kicking and able to get in the ring, AEW is going to keep on growing." End of quote. What is your thoughts on that then?
Eddie Kingston is just a fucking tool, man. I actually hate the guy. It's because this guy's been put in a
I don't hate the guy, but...
No, he is. He's fucking retarded. He is. This guy thinks he's on this pedestal that he can't be touched, and he's single-handedly keeping the ratings. The ratings are dead. Everything about AEW has went downhill since day one. Everything this guy does is... See, after what he did in that barbed wire death match, he should be exonerated for the wrestling business, never to be seen again. No, that's... People talk about the Shockmaster, right? When
PTSD, bro.
When he burst through the wall and his helmet came off. This is just as bad. That's a botch on Mammoth. That was, right? I can't even defend that. But see Eddie Kingston's. See, as soon as he realises that... Hold on here, this is just a couple of sparklers. This isn't Hiroshima. I should probably get up here. He had chance to redeem it. Shockmaster's humped. See, once he's fell through the wall and the mask is off,
the game's over.
Aye, the balloon has burst. Just like Eddie Kingston, his stomach needs to burst. The guy's a fat bum, alive and kicking, man. The guy's like 40, never done anything in his career. He's got 3 belts. See the fact that Eddie Kingston is holding 3 belts, man. It's a disaster. It's a catastrophe to the wrestling business. Look at the greats over the years. If Scott Hall never even held the world title. Now I get it. It's not like Eddie Kingston's got the world title, but I'm sure he'll probably get it one day. Look at the GOATs though. Like The Rock never held 3 titles at one time.
Well, not many people do.
No, not many people do, but this guy does. It's a joke. dishing out world titles, man, like it's candy. And this guy eats candy quite a lot, judging by his stomach, man.
Well, I don't know about him being a mad king, but he certainly eats like a king. So yeah, I think he consumes a lot of candy. You're probably right about that, but Eddie Kingston is certainly not right about AEW growing. And I just think it's crazy that he believes that as long as he gets in a ring and fake fucking wrestles, the AEW will continue to grow. We look at the AEW ratings, you look at Dynamite, you look at Collision. How many times do they put on these main event wrestling matches that are getting deemed to be, people are speaking out as if these matches are 5-star matches, once-in-a-lifetime matches. You've got Meltzer talking about Will Ospreay and that Fletcher guy, Kyle Fletcher, talking about how great this is going to be. And the ratings absolutely tank. When AEW Dynamite starts off at nearly 1 million viewers, and then by the time they get to Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, and they're lucky to get 650k, when they've dropped 350,000, that's not growing. That's not AEW growing. So, yeah, and Eddie Kingston, let's not get it twisted. If it was him in the main event wrestling, the viewership would still go down. So it's not growing. This company's not going to be alright just because Eddie Kingston steps in a ring. As long as this company has got Daddy Can's money, it will be alright. It will stay afloat despite losing money, despite losing viewers, despite having shit attendances. It's the money that's keeping this company alive. It's the Can money. It's not the Kingston fucking wrestling, that's for sure. So yeah, this guy, and then again he says it's our fault if we're not watching. I mean, whose fault is it really? Is it our fault, the viewer, or is it Eddie Kingston and AEW's fault? See, when WCW were beating McMahon for 83 weeks in a row, do you think McMahon was sitting there going, well, it's the fans' fault that for watching WCW Nitro? Or do you think he was sitting thinking, fuck, how do I make this show better? How do I improve? How do I get people to stop watching WCW Nitro and start watching WWF Raw? Wasn't like McMahon was just like, fuck it, well, I'm putting on great wrestling matches, so it's their loss, it's their fault. I'm still here. They might not have watched us in 83 weeks, but we're still here, damn it, you know? Oh, you're saying that WWF is back just because Stone Cold is here? We've been here all along. We didn't go anywhere. I mean, fuck off. That logic's shite.
That logic is shite, but yeah, to reiterate, it's Tony Khan's checkbook that's keeping this company alive. It's not Eddie Kingston's wrestling, right? What?
Wrestling?
Well,
you said resting?
I just don't like the guy.
Anyway,
every time fucking ran on him all day. He looks like Fast for Far Cry. A big fat version here.
Right, let's just end this video here because we don't want to say anything negative here about Eddie Kingston. We love professional wrestling. Anyway, guys, Kingston sucks. It is what it is. So catch you in the next one. We're going to go and have a wee rest here and cool down and hopefully come back and cooler heads prevail. But yeah, as long as we keep putting out great feds, then AEW, or should I say Fog Wrestling, will keep on growing. That's it. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.